They go, we'll just show you how much I know.
Welcome, 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 everybody to In His and Her Word. It is your girl, Abah SoFloetic, checking in on this thankful Thursday. And as you can see, the voices has expanded, you guys. So I have with me today. Y'all go ahead and introduce yourself. Let's start with Miss Lady Dara.
Hello, I am Lady Dara.
And I am Demetrius Smith, the second part of For Your Soul.
Yes, yes, yes.
I am Harrison King and Jenkins, and I'm just part of the group.
We are so happy that you guys are tapped in, tuned in, and turned on. We have a very exciting show planned for you guys today. There's so much news that's out there trending, y'all. There's so much. We were in here talking about all the stuff that is going across Google, that is going across Twitter. It's just, and I think it is blowing up right now, right? Okay, I think the thing that got everybody about to just ready to commit murder is the whole Kanye and his comments on slavery being a choice. Now you know what? My girl Della from my In His and Her Words Facebook group, Miss Della posted some commentary by Mr. Wendell Pierce. He's an actor. He was in the movie Waiting to Exhale. He played Big Papa. Y'all remember that scene with Layla Rashawn?
Yeah.
So Wendell is he's a native of New Orleans, Louisiana. He still has family in Louisiana, and he took high offense to Kanye's commentary. It is on Twitter and Instagram, y'all. I can't remember verbatim, but what he did say that stood out to me was that slavery was by no means a choice. If anything, it was a crime. Wow. What do y'all think?
I can definitely agree with that.
Yes,
It was definitely a crime. I mean, by no means, people wanting to be put in slavery.
Come on. When you think about what slavery actually entails, I had a conversation last night at my part-time job, and it was so baffling to me, number one, that my coworker, when I told him that Africa was invaded and our African kings and queens were captured and enslaved, he was like, "Really? That's how slavery came to be?" And I wanted to die. That was number one. I wanted to die.
There's some backdrop to that.
Okay, so what's the backdrop? I want to hear.
Prior to the invasion,
right,
we had tribes that were taking over, and they enslaved other tribes when they took them over.
Okay, but now here's the deal, though, because from what I know about blacks being the slave masters of other African American people, in Africa, they were not slaves. They didn't consider them to be slaves. They were those that had more means or more resources than others. They were looking out for one another. It was a communion type thing, like when we celebrate Kwanzaa and all of those stages of Kwanzaa about community and community property. They were not whipping them and caging them and giving them portions of meals and raping husbands and selling wives and all this other kind of stuff. They wasn't doing that.
But there wasn't no little Kwanzaa celebration at all the time. When another tribe come into your area and take over, tell you, hey, either you become part of us because we're stronger, or we eliminate the males and keep the females for reproduction. That's different.
So was that a problem, though?
If you look at it, right? I look at it from this aspect. I look at it and it was a power move, but it wasn't a power move to hurt society. It was to better society. Because every tribe that joined the other tribe, they actually gave them some input. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, look, this is part of your culture. We understand this is part of your culture. We're not going to take that part of it. But we just want to make sure that you fall under our control. So it wasn't a full, all right, okay, now you enslaved, you work for me, you live in this, you still get to keep your house, you still get to work your crop, you still get to have your, but we in control. Now, when the invasion came, that was a little different.
Okay, well, now all I know is that when you think about now, Kanye, in his own defense, what he said was that he was a free thinker. and that he had a right to express his perspective, his thoughts, and his views. And I do happen to agree with that. He does have a right. But see, that's exactly what I'm about to say. I need to clarify something for those who feel like they are conscious, awake, and aware. If you're going to claim that, you need to understand that if you're really going to call yourself a free thinker, that goes beyond spiritually the confounds of gender, of ethnicity, of spiritual, religious identity, denominations, and all that. When you are truly free mentally, you can see beyond, or you can look at this world with zero judgment. You can the only thing that truly motivates you is love. Period. And unconditional love. So you can't sit up there and call yourself a free thinker and say that, and because that's abuse to me, because you're not really operating within the energy of free thinking. You're still in very much dual thought, and you are projecting your perspectives on other people. That is judgment. And so that is not free thinking to me. That's what I feel about it. Hi, everybody. I'm so happy to see you guys. Chris, oh my God, Chris Bradley. And oh my goodness, I can't see everybody's names from so far away. I need to put my glasses on. Okay, y'all must see him. Y'all, hi, everybody. I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy you guys are joined in. So you know what? Kanye definitely ran some people's blood pressure up. This is why everybody got their wine. My boy over here on his hookah. Okay. Yeah.
He made you smoke. Natural or not.
He ran everybody's blood pressure up, okay? But it's all right. It's all right, though. You know, Kanye, I'm praying for you, baby.
Right.
You know, because we are definitely going to pray for you. We're going to send you some positive energy, because the thing is, everybody does have a right to free speech. You do. But I think that it benefits you, especially because you are one that folks look up to. You have a platform, and you're able to, a major platform. And I think that when you have that at your disposal, if you want to put something out there that's really going to impact, you know, a huge body of individuals, think about what you say before you actually say it. You know, because what you tend to do is damage your platform and have people looking at you sideways, which is what's happening right now.
There you go. Yes, sir.
Okay,
I saw that. Because you know why I'm saying that, right? I don't know. Okay. Is he actually doing something that's going to expand his platform in a negative way? Or in a positive way?
My whole thing right now, I'm going to start. Let me take you now. My whole thing right now is that for you to sit up there and say that slavery was a choice, do you think that's going to bring a positive input on your platform?
I'm gonna tell you how. Oh, okay. His record about to come out, right?
Oh, wow. And
his name is in your mouth, then you're thinking about Kanye. Right. So 9 times out of 10, most of the millennials or individuals that actually listen to his music, because I don't after his first album, I really don't.
I've never listened.
He's using that to get them to say, okay, well, if he's thinking this way now, what is on his album?
But do you think people will really purchase that?
Oh yeah.
Or
turn
from that. I would not.
They purchase Trump every day on his daggone Twitter.
That's true.
After
all the stuff he did, they still follow him like he's a man.
Why do we gravitate to the name? Because I don't get that.
Let me tell you something. Because you know this is a major issue with me, and I kid you not. There's been too many times that I've been driving, and all of a sudden there's a slowdown, and I'm not quite sure what's happening, what's going on. And all of a sudden, and it could be something as simple as somebody got a flat tire, and they done pulled over to the shoulder. But everybody's rubbernecking and slowing down to see what it is that's going on. And it's sad, it's a very sad reality, but pop culture, and see that Twitter, it feeds right into pop culture, because the minute somebody puts a phrase, some hearsay, a Photoshop, anything out there, it becomes trending news. Damn. And everybody, before you know it, 5.6 million people, they commented, they done shared it, they done reposted, and all this other kind of stuff. We tend to gravitate towards drama.
That's sad.
It is sad. Do y'all not know? I'm telling y'all, I think I'm becoming more and more of a hermit. Let me tell you something. same middle school, same high school. We lived in the same neighborhood. She's a twin. Her twin is probably somewhere on one of
Hey,
these.
Nyla, my twin.
But let me tell you, we were popular. Everybody knew us. You know, we were everywhere. Everywhere. I'm talking about everywhere.
Y'all was sticking
Everywhere. And we even had an apartment. We had an apartment together.
Yeah.
And if you said 17G, can I send you just this right here? Said 17G.
They don't even know you are an apartment. Okay, it was popular.
Yes. But
Back in the inner.
Yes.
Back in the inner.
yes. But right now though,
Huh?
you know, don't nobody come to my house. My doorbell don't ring.
My
phone don't ring. Don't nobody text me. You know, there's not too many places. I go to work. I work 2 jobs. I go to work. Every now and again, I'm out gracing the mic with this gentleman right here with his cute self, Mr. Kingpin. I'm out gracing mics with this one right here. I'm singing with Mr. Demetrius, the other half of I Duet for Your Soul. I'm doing constructive, positive things. And if I don't have no gigs and I got nothing going on, I'm in here reading on sleep.
Yeah.
But you know what, Abba? When you become evolved in another level, higher consciousness, if you will, guess what? Your circle becomes extremely small.
I agree.
Yes.
Okay.
Very, very true. And you become particular about what kind of energy you just want in your presence.
Yeah.
You know, if it's just nonsense, then you don't even, it just rubs you like sandpaper.
Yeah.
You would just prefer not to even be around all that. So there's a lot of folks that I have cut off, you know, that I've walked away from, you know, and it's okay. I mean, there's no hard feelings at all. It's quite okay. You know, I'm really, really happy with where
sometimes I can say that sometimes the people that you hang around will cut you off because
they will.
Because they see your growth. They see you growing. They see you growing and stuff.
My girl Kendall Turner is an author. Shout out to you, Miss Kendall, and a poet. My girl put on her timeline today, why is it that people who claim they have an issue with my life, they want to get on my post and tell me all kinds of stuff. And if I see that you're unhappy, then I'm going to unfriend you and I'm going to leave you alone. But then you end up turning around and sending me a new friendship request and you start following me, but then you tell me that you got a problem with my lifestyle. Either you have a problem with me or you don't. So she's like, I'm trying to understand what is this? And you see individuals that operate on that frequency, they have not come to terms with their own beliefs and their own truths. And because they are conflicted, you know, they just, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. You can take that to the bank. They're always back and forth. You know, one minute they believe this, the next minute they believe that, the one minute they're questioning you, the next minute they're doubting themselves. It's just a never-ending drama with those types of people, period. So we moving on. Mr. Kanye, baby, prayer. That's what I say. Prayer, yes.
On to the next.
You know, we can easily judge him, y'all. We really can. But when you see that somebody is still evolving, he's still evolving. You just pray for him.
Look at him.
Y'all pray.
Higher consciousness people.
Y'all pray.
Send him loving light.
I ain't
We gotta
praying.
send him loving
Yes.
light.
Yes.
Kanye has no impact on
Because you know what? Oh, well.
But we gotta help each other as a community, which is why we actually here tonight. We wanna help one another.
Yes, we do.
That's why we're here to discuss topics in general, because what you want to do is raise awareness. You want to raise the consciousness of our people.
Right.
He's using that platform to sell records and people.
Well,
That's
this is what everybody says.
I'm sold on it. This dude got millions of dollars. He can do anything he want to do. All he's trying to do is sell records and have to talk about his name in people's mouth. He getting paid every time somebody ping on that stupid post that he made. Somebody's going to bring on it, and you know, based on your posts and your pings, you know, YouTube will be like, okay, he's bringing in some revenue. All right, you got a bunch of YouTube stars.
I don't understand why I hate. Like if people are not liking what he's saying, and you start hating, why would you go turn back around and buy his material?
Because it's like, it's crazy, but it's like reverse psychology in forward-thinking individuals, because they hate what he's saying, but they're gonna log on just to see what he's saying anyway.
Right.
But if he's saying something,
good or bad news is still
good news to them.
Yeah.
And you know, I wrote a poem about it. I'm talking about it. Here we go. North, east, west, and south. If you control the minds of the north, east, west, and south, You control how they think, how they act, and how they perceive things to be. That's why it's called the news. North, east, west, and south. That's how they came around. Before there was no such thing as news. Remember, they had carriers. They had information gatherers. Now all of a sudden it became the news. All you gotta do is break down the acronym. That idiot using the acronym. He's using it for his own purpose.
Wow.
You
said a word.
Yeah.
Well,
okay, we're moving on from Kanye. So the next thing Miss Khloe Kardashian has been.
I don't know too much.
You know what? They said that the Kardashian women, in other words, are witches that curse men, especially African American men, because it seems like the Kardashian women, all except for what's the one
Scott Disick.
that married
Sir Disick. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sir
what's
Scott
her
Disick.
name? There's Khloe, Kim, and I don't know.
Kylie.
No, that's the younger ones. That's the Jenner girls. I can't see that. Goes to show you how much I really
What Jenner girls?
I don't get into that.
The Caitlyn Jenner's children.
Kylie and
You mean Bruce?
Yes, Bruce.
Because when he had him, his name was Bruce.
Well, yes, but
he can call himself
Caitlyn now.
The Negro is Bruce.
Well,
Bruce Jenner had Kylie and the other one. Caitlyn, whoever that is, they had no lady. You know what I'm saying?
But that's a shame. I don't know these children. Courtney is her name. Courtney. Okay. So Courtney is the only one that got with a white guy and had children.
That's right.
The rest of them tend to gravitate towards African American men. And so, they've been calling them witches and they emasculate them. They turn the boy that was the basketball player into a crackhead. And then they said they got something baked for Kanye and Tristan. And I don't really know. I don't really care. I really am not that in tune with the Kardashians' lives. I'm really not. But
I'm sorry. It's like he following Kanye's. He's just another victim. You know what I mean? Kanye.
Oh, wow.
He's saying, look at it. Look at how he's talking now. I mean, I hate to go back to it, but look, he's with a Kardashian. Look at him.
Oh my God.
Always rocking. Cuckoo's Cocoa Puffs.
Well, listen. But all I know is Miss Cardi B sent some advice out to Miss Khloe. And the advice was, and it actually is connected. Today's topic, in case I didn't say it, we're talking about trending news right now. But today's topic was actually Miss Sarah's idea, and it's self-esteem. But what Cardi B said to Khloe was to follow her heart when it came to making a decision whether to stay with Tristan or to leave him. And so she was like, people are going to tell you all kinds of things, but at the end of the day, this is your relationship and you have to do what you feel is right for you, which I tend to agree with. But what we were saying behind the scenes before we went live is if you know that you are dealing with a fuckboy or a fuck girl,
ladies,
why on earth invest your time and your energy in those types of individuals? There's no point in trying to fight to the death for anything and try to make sacrifices and be committed if you know that this is a weak relationship. If you are the only person in it thinking that you're involved and this person is out here doing whatever they want to do, that's not a relationship. Therefore, you're not really fighting for anything. So what is the and what just like with Kanye, when they first broke with Tristan and Khloe, everybody was saying it was karma. She was getting her payback because this is basically how her relationship with Tristan began. He stepped out on his first child's mother with her and left the woman while she was pregnant and got with Khloe, and then history repeated itself. So what do you guys say? I just feel like, well, Cardi, I'm sure her intentions were well, and you are supposed to follow your heart in anything it is that you do. But do you think that it is wise to continue to have faith and work hard on a relationship with somebody that is a cheater? Because this is not his first indiscretion, and and if Khloe was true to herself and she thought about how they began, you wouldn't need nobody else telling you that this is karma. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this. So do you think that Chloe's going along with it just because now they have a child.
Well, now you know what? Now I thought that. I actually thought that.
She needs to keep the family together just for,
yes.
I
actually did think that, Demetrius, I did, because I was thinking, oh my God, this little baby hasn't even made it into the world.
And they already have a problem.
She's been banking on, we have a family. And I know she had it in her mind that her and Tristan was going to be married. I know she did.
Yes.
And so for this to come crumbling down, and this little baby is not even 3 months old, and she's already in the news with this man. So, I mean, I think she did try. I think it was her intention at first not to blow up her family. But for what the news is saying, or what Twitter and Instagram and all of them is saying, is that she's still conflicted. She has not made a concrete decision to leave him.
Well, I ain't going nowhere. I don't even know why. I don't know why we been going back and forth with this nonsense. I don't know why we dilly-dally. Like dilly-dally with the Bud Light commercial.
And you know what? With the Kardashians, the one thing that I do know, and it's just real, they definitely love media. They love attention. They love all that stuff. And so as long as everybody is talking, Chloe's name is out there. You know what I mean? And so,
every time his name is out there, it's either good.
Yes. Hallelujah. Whatever. But okay, so we're moving on from that too. So what's the final word then? Should she stay? Should she stay or should she go?
Look, I'm not gonna say about because don't know me. You know what I'm saying? All I know is they media whores.
Oh, yes, they are. I mean, let me tell you something, because honestly, I don't even know if Robert Kardashian, their father, I'm not sure what kind of celebrity this man
He was not like that.
Well, first of all, I need to know. Wait.
Listen.
Did y'all even know what he did? What did he do?
He was a lawyer.
He was an attorney.
Yeah, he was an attorney.
Was he like a celebrity attorney?
No, yeah, he was like, Rob Shapiro, Johnny Cochran.
Yeah. Oh, he was that type of
He was that type.
So now let me tell y'all this, okay? Because it is not like these children got their celebrity from their father's career, okay? These people got their celebrity from Kim Kardashian's sex tape with that football player's name was that she dated.
No, Kim Kardashian first got on by Ray J.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's
you forgot about that.
Yes, I forgot about Ray J. Yeah, that is the truth.
That's how she got on.
And that's just a crying shame that these people did not gain celebrity by doing anything of significance. You know what I'm saying? But yet and still, the only thing that they're known for is drama in reality TV.
Sex tapes.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right about
that is so.
That's what they're known for. Sex tapes.
That is just so. But you know what? Felicia Rashad, I'm gonna give her props because, she definitely is what do you want to call it? Like a reflection of Claire Huxtable. You can definitely see a lot of Felicia in the. Exactly, because she called out their mom, the Kardashians' mom, and she was like, "What kind of woman manages their children and try to, further their careers off of how these children got started? You need to be chastising them and teaching them better."
She's not gonna do it.
Oh yeah, now she's trying to be Kanye's manager. And she's trying to manage Tristan too.
Only thing she's worried about.
Of course.
Only thing she's worried about.
The coin.
Of course.
The coin. That's the only thing that's going to drive her. And that's what she knows that she got a cash cow with all her daughters, and so she uses them as such.
Mm-hmm. So unfortunate.
And poor Rob.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that poor boy is depressed. I really do. I never really see him happy. And I think
that big old thing with Tristan, I'm like, what
because he don't have no sex tape out.
Oh Lord!
And
so he tried to generate him some scandal like him with Black China.
Yeah, of course. How else was he gonna get known? The cookie eater? That's all he was known for, eating up every damn thing. I mean, honestly, what is Rob Kardashian known for? I'll wait on him.
Well, my heart bleeds.
Well, I know he had a socks line. I know he had a sock line.
He did.
He did. He put his name on?
Yeah.
He ain't recreate nothing, you know.
That's not it. That's not it.
That's it. That is
it.
That's all.
You don't have no significance. I mean, honestly, none of them have significance in life. Okay, so if all the Kardashians go away right now, what impact will it have on society?
None. Because let me tell you
point.
something. The only time I even hear anything about these people, and this is the non-honest truth,
Negative
the
connotation.
only time I hear anything about them is if I'm trying to Google something, me and my kids in class, we're talking about it, and I'm telling them, research Google, or you guys go to this, go to that. When we're in class and we're on the internet, and this is when I see trending stuff. What's going across Twitter, what's going across Google, and I'm saying, y'all, come on, Kardashians, really? Y'all need to do something else with your lives, honey. This is too much madness.
That's what they get paid for.
Well, clearly.
To start up drama.
Well, I would not want that type of celebrity. I mean, you don't have people don't respect them. That's number one. They don't really see them as no kind of influence other than foolishness. And so, it's sad, but they're really talked about and not in a good way. And that they really need to really think about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so next on the list, what was it? Okay, let's see, y'all. So going to the production book here. We had Kanye, Cardi B, Chloe, R. Kelly. So y'all know, he just dropped his head. So y'all know there's a movement called Me Too. And this is a nonprofit that was organized to help sisters who were victims of sexual abuse or sexual harassment, human trafficking, and things like that. It was for women to reclaim their voices, and to stand up, rise up against predators that were taking advantage of them when they were interns or, in the workplace or whatever the case, and so, because all of the stuff that came out with Harvey Weinstein and with Russell Simmons, and I mean, oh my God, the list goes on. There's so many people that have been added to that list. Bill Cosby. So they're figuring if these men are being brought to justice and they're actually being brought into court and they're being held accountable for their actions, why the hell has R. Kelly gotten away with all of this stuff for over a decade?
Okay, let's go ahead and get to the root of it, right?
Okay,
go ahead.
Bill Cosby is about legacy.
Okay.
Bill Cosby was brought up on charges. Basically, as soon as he went after NBC, said he was going to purchase NBC. So, okay, that's a bad move right there because you're trying to take down one of the top three. Okay, Fox can talk all this stuff they want. It's still ABC, NBC, CBS, then Fox. That's always going to be the way it is. Okay, so Bill Cosby has a legacy. He's known for what? He's known for giving a positive outlook to the black males and the black youth. As far as being a doctor whose wife was an attorney, high-powered attorney who lived in an upper-class neighborhood, and all their friends, whether white, black, Asian, they all were of substantial wealth and had positive influence on the community and their kids. Okay, so now you take down Bill Cosby, right? That does not just affect Bill Cosby when you take it down. You take your show off television, right? You take your show off television, now you don't have no more positive influence as far as black families on television that have some positive sides, good times, but James not having an education. Ooh, now it goes back to Bill Cosby. So now Bill Cosby's not on the TV, they're not playing no reruns, no that. So now you got all these actors that have been affected, but it's not the actors that I'm concerned about. It's the image that's now been portrayed to the youth because they don't know the Bill Cosby from the Cliff Huxtable era. They know the Bill Cosby from the rape, the quaaludes, the alcohol level. Now, pardon me, maybe it's just me, but the last time I did any research, every party from 1970 till currently has quaaludes, cocaine, alcohol. Between Johnny Carson having the most cocaine that he always had, but you don't hear nothing about Johnny Carson, you hear about Richard Pryor. You see what I'm saying? So now you got Bill Cosby, he's affected. So now all these women come forth and they tried it first time. Hung jury, right? What happened? They brought him right back and found him guilty of something else to bring down his legacy because they had to take his money, which gave him power and influence, and they had to take his influence about his position. R. Kelly is just an individual like peeing on people, okay? He like peeing on them. He like taking advantage of it. Look, I don't care. It's the fact. You know what I'm saying? He set up the camera. He did the whole thing. They let him get off. And he keep doing it over and over again with the females. I mean, it's one thing if it happens up front and it's like, no. At one time, okay, that's what I'm saying. But this 20-something years, he's still doing the same thing. And now all of a sudden, we're going to persecute R. Kelly too. Not all these Harvey Weinsteins and all these other white actors and Charlie Sheen who infected people with AIDS. All these people that's done all the stuff in the industry. It's always the black community that gets faced. Always, right? Then guess what? What happens? Our community, the ones that jump on them the most. We're the first ones to jump on the negativity of what's going on in our community. We don't bring nothing else attention like, oh, the white people that's doing it. We talk about our people, we take them on TV, we the first people to crucify them and everything that they're doing. I'm not condoning his acts. I'm not saying what he did was right, but what I am saying is, why is it that it's just our community that's being affected? And always a positive influence on our community that's being affected. The reason why they ain't going after R. Kelly?
Because he doesn't have that legacy.
And he don't have a positive influence. He's good for music and that's it. You're not going to listen to an R. Kelly album and then say, I want to go to Penn State or Rutgers or HBCU. You're not going to do that. You're thinking about romance, sex, and whatever you can do in the dark or in the light that somebody let you do. Bill Cosby has a legacy of educating our youth and showing them that black kids can go to college and make something of themselves and make a positive impact on the community.
You know, I was just talking about this with my brother. You know, because something came on the TV about Bill Cosby, and we were just saying, and what my brother had said, Corey Hay, that he's watching also, but he said something to the point to me is that, so what do you think about it? I said, you know what, I think it was wrong that they went after him that way, and they didn't bother to go after any of these other people the same way. And, you know, we were talking about his legacy, how positive, how good positivity he brought to TV.
Exactly.
And now they're taking Bill, the Cosby Show off the air. And then my whole thing is, there are other people that are going to be affected by them taking that TV show off the air. Other people won't get paid because they tried to go after him.
But see, that's the whole thing. Because 98% of the people that's affected are African American.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's so sad. And I mean, everything that this man worked for, that's the part that broke my heart. Ken Warner, who is our brother in poetry, he posted that all of the honorary degrees that he got from Morehouse and all this, they're taking it all back.
You know what?
And I mean,
you know what? I said, if they're taking back their money,
get back the money.
Get back. I said the same thing.
Get back the money.
Get back the money.
If you're gonna take away the hall, take his name down, take all the scholarships, take all the stuff that he's done, then give back the money. Give it to the battered women or the raped women or the women that are unfit. But no, they ain't in the money to do that. They're not gonna give all them millions of dollars, them hundreds of millions of dollars back. But they're gonna take away his name and take back a piece of paper to just say you got the propensity to learn. I ain't gonna get on that subject. But anyway, they'll take back an honorary degree. So hold on. Since we're on that about education and Bill Cosby, so how much value do an honorary degree have then if somebody could just pull it back at any time?
I don't get ready to say that.
Oh my
That's
God.
I don't get that.
When you get to digging deeper, you see the kind of questions that end up coming to the forefront. That's crazy.
How much does that piece of paper really mean if they can pull it back at any time?
I didn't even know that you can take it.
I didn't even know that either.
That does not make sense.
Wow. That's deep right there.
Yeah.
So in a sense, you're renting.
Yes.
And
you're renting a piece of paper that has black and white on it, that has a seal that tells you have the propensity to learn to their standard.
Wow. That's deep.
That's deep. Okay.
You're renting it. You're renting it.
That's so wow. So then
Wow.
it becomes, if you're going to humiliate Bill Cosby to this degree, and I don't even know if it's the right thing to call it humiliation. I mean, I guess it is humiliation at this point. Why is it that R. Kelly is not, I mean, and I think the difference is, and it's a fine line, but because he was not found guilty of anything yet, in our minds we know, the community knows.
Right.
A court of law, but even in court, that video was circumstantial at best.
Circumstantial.
There has never been nothing in court to convict R. Kelly. Nothing.
If you watch that video, Ray Charles can see it.
Well, let me tell you, I've never seen the video, so I can't say that. But a court of law And see, that's the thing that gets me. The law is so freaking twisted, y'all. Seriously.
It is.
Because they will take circumstantial. If it ain't within the confines of the letter of the law, that's the bullshit.
Okay,
right there.
let's keep getting. Lady Justice, her scales aren't even. The scales of justice have never been balanced.
Well,
they're always unbalanced.
Right.
And they did that for a reason. Upper class, lower class. And the only time the upper class get affected is when they have an influence on the lower class. And then the scale goes this way. And it's only for that moment, and then the scale goes right back to where it was. If you think I'm lying, look at everybody that's involved and got affected that has a major impact. OJ, guilty as hell. Right? But they balanced that scale out when they convicted him. I mean, honestly, Harvey Weinstein, guilty as hell.
Oh, yes, Lord Jesus.
But his scale is still like this. Our unbeloved president, his scale is up here, and everybody else is down here for all the atrocities that he has committed. And publicly, you can't say no evidence on this one.
Thank you.
He said out of his own mouth, if you can say it in private, then I mean that's how you feel in public. He said about grabbing females' vaginas. Because you're rich, they allow you to do whatever you want. Come on, man.
And yet I still saw women
support them.
driving around with Trump stickers on their car. Are you serious?
That's confusion right there. This is when you like.
That's where I draw the line.
Yes,
There's no thinking for yourself.
But see, that's the thing, though. And what killed me with this, even when you're dealing with the election part of it, a lot of us voted for Barack Obama initially because he was African American. We wanted to see a black president in a lifetime. Everybody was excited, right? Okay. You would think with all the females that are in the world, women that have the right to vote and can exercise that right, when Hillary was going, for the simple fact that she was a female that was going, would want her to be in. But they still put an individual in office that had admittedly did atrocities towards women.
They say he won the electoral vote.
Yeah.
That's the thing that got him the presidency.
And that's why
she won the popular.
And that's why R. Kelly will not be brought to justice because he has no impact.
Well,
I think in time.
Yeah, because this is what it's leading towards now.
It's a cycle.
Because he's losing staff. He's lost his at least 4 of his staff members have walked away from him.
After millions, okay.
Well, yeah. And I mean, after a while, honey, a secret like that, staying quiet.
Come on.
After a while, nobody.
Come on, opportunist. When he first made that first video, when he did what he did to that girl, and it was out into the light, you could have quit then. You waited 20 years later and decided you want to quit after you ain't got your millions, and then all of a sudden you get your conscience. Come on, man. Yeah. That's so hypocritical.
That's what I was saying. You gotta be paying someone to keep quiet.
Exactly.
And allegedly, that's what I heard. He's
and then that's when your morals come into play, because how much money can they pay you to watch someone be subject to that type of treatment?
Exactly.
Come on now.
And you don't say nothing for 20 years, and then all of a sudden, oh, you know what? I woke up this morning and I am feeling so new that I'm going to relieve myself of this stress, but I'm going to keep the millions that I've got.
Exactly.
And now I'm going to tell my story. R. Kelly, Robert is so wrong for all these other that I just couldn't do another day in my life and take no more of the millions that I made from him.
Now that's sad.
But that's what it
lay
came
down
down
at night and sleep,
knowing
that that's going on.
Exactly.
On your watch.
Yes.
You know?
I agree about this.
That's what you say.
It is very sad. Very, very sad. Okay, well, R. Kelly, you know what? I mean, I've always loved him as an artist, but when I first started hearing all of this stuff, I knew that this was through my spirit. I immediately began to pray for him, and just like Kanye, he's on my friend list. You know, I mean, karma is real, and you really don't get away with nothing. You know, it may have taken 20 years, but yeah, it's definitely. But you know, today is National Prayer Day.
Yeah, I prayed this morning. I thank y'all for being alive, life, health, and strength.
But I'm not praying for all Kelly. Just like I ain't praying for Kanye.
You gotta feel some type
Save
of
my prayer.
You
Save my prayer. I'm gonna save my prayer for something that's gonna be easy. Yeah. I'm gonna save my prayer for that.
Seriously, you have to feel some type of compassion. Like I feel
Call me a
sorry.
different type of believer.
I feel sorry for the mindset of someone.
Yes, because let me tell you something. As many times as this, and I know that he's encountered individuals that have tried to caution him, this is not the way, brother. You know, get you some help. You got resources at your disposal. His first wife that has the children, the choreographer. This woman divorced him because the cheating and the scandal and all this stuff became too much. And I know that there were endless conversations with her alone, you know, about him changing his lifestyle and being more conscious and aware of his behavior and his choices and all this stuff. But you see, addiction, if you are an addict and you're struggling with anything, I don't care what it is.
That ain't a good word for him.
That's a struggle.
That is a struggle. You said that's not a good word? What's a good word?
Addiction.
Oh my God. Okay, you go ahead.
Kelly, come on. That ain't a good word. Let's say illness. You know what I'm saying? We'll use illness.
A handicap.
Yeah, a handicap. You know what I'm saying? Give him a sticker. You know what I mean? Instead of wheelchair, you know, a little silhouette.
Okay,
You know.
you know what, y'all. Help us, Lord.
I told y'all.
You know what? You need to
my
go
prayer.
ahead and pump on that hookah.
Yeah, I am, because, you know, say that prayer, girl. Say that prayer.
Anyway, R. Kelly does hate prayer. He does. Y'all know he does.
Won't be getting mine.
Okay. Oh, now, this was the one that was a couple of days ago. Steve Harvey, y'all. Okay, listen. Now, this ain't about Steve. This is not about him. This is about 3 women that was on his show Tuesday. One of them has a Facebook Watch channel, and she's on every week. I don't even know what day of the week. But my girl is shacking with the guy, and their relationship is considered open. Okay, so she's saying that she is in love with him. That if he proposed, that she would definitely marry him. But since their relationship has not ascended to that level, if somebody else came along that piqued her interest, she would definitely go out and see what this prospect had to offer. And the living would be cool with that because he has the same rights as she does. If he decided to hook up and go and see what else is out there, she wasn't going to trip on him either. That's the nature of their relationship.
So they're polygamous.
Well, she didn't call it polygamy, but I guess it is in a sense.
And that's something how you bring it up, because that's what brought me to want to talk about this topic tonight. Those very experiences I'm hearing too much in my circle.
And so you know what we about to put these women. Yes.
That's disturbing to me.
It's very disturbing because Steve nearly had a heart attack. But Steve is in his 60s. And Steve is so old school when it comes to relationships. His thing is, okay, let's hookah, please. Okay, so Steve's thing is, how you gonna sit up there and say y'all live together if you got to that point of living together? You in a relationship, aren't you? And you're supposed to be exclusive, right? So you mean to tell me if another dude came knocking, dude would be okay to see you go out with this guy, and he ain't gonna ask you no questions, he ain't gonna trip on you, none of this. I thought it was bullshit too. Because this led to a conversation in my Facebook group, in his and her words, because as soon as I heard it, I put it in the group. And my sister Carla, we were talking about, I'm like, when did we get all of this damn authority to create cuddle buddies, friends with benefits? And we just reinvented all of these different titles for relationships to avoid commitment. Right. You tried to create some shit that you felt was convenient and more easier than to deal with marriage or dating exclusively, monogamy, whatever the case. And I'm thinking that all you did was create for yourself a false sense of security. And you can sit up there claiming bliss all day long. But sooner or later, that discontentment in your spirit is going to come back to haunt you because you're not really happy. You're looking for convenience. You're not looking for happiness. You're looking to avoid the work and what it actually takes to be committed to somebody. You're not looking to actually be in love and to make sacrifices and work through the hardship like Nalo is talking about. This is her love month with Brother Kurt. And they're going to be celebrating their anniversary. And she talked about the highs and lows that comes with marriage. And some people don't want to do that kind of stuff like that. Too much sacrificing and listening to somebody else. And, you know, when you have your bad days and you're not trying to go there and somebody's in your ear or they, not everybody wants to put in that kind of work. So they come up with other alternatives for what they think is love.
They don't look at the vows. Like, I look at relationships and dating and I look at marriage and I separate them. Mm-hmm. Because at any time in a dating, somebody can walk away.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Once you commit in a marriage to somebody, you're telling them through the good, through the bad, through the indifferent. Mm-hmm. I'm going to stand there with you and I'm going to try, no matter what, to work it out, to understand you and hopefully show you so you can understand me.
Right.
Okay? Now, when you get individuals that get into a relationship and they get that, I'm sorry. I don't see how you can be okay if we're in a relationship and another dude comes. No, first of all, this mother, he coming to my door. That's the first thing. Second of all, he coming to my door with the intent of being intimate with you. Because he ain't just coming to the door just to smile in your face all night. He ain't just coming to take you out. Right. Men are hunters.
I hate to read. What did Keisha say? Go ahead, Keisha. What'd you say, girl? What she say?
Love this video. Is that Keisha? Keisha Short?
Keisha Short. She's
love
in our
this video, yeah.
watching my what?
Oh, watching my calves. Is that? I'm sorry.
That's Cavaliers, people.
Calves and watching y'all too. Oh, watching the calves and watching y'all too.
Thank you, Keisha, girl. Love you, honey.
That's called multitasking.
But that's what it is, though. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know. Okay, first of all, I'll backtrack. I don't take no advice from Steve Harvey.
Oh, no.
I'm just going to keep that right
Because
all of a sudden, now that he's with his wife, this dude that get all this dirt want to come back and be the daggone relationship. I'm sorry. This ninja here.
The only reason why I gotta chime in right here is because now this is just my
opinion. I agree with him also. I agree with him.
I know y'all do.
Because why would somebody take advice from somebody that's been all dirt?
Now all of a sudden he Mr.
Conscious. Don't you freaking think that if he did all that dirt, he would know what to how to avoid the damn dirt?
But you
whatever.
This is what he's
Here's the funny part about that. Here's the funny part about that. Would y'all respect that information if it came from Khloe Kardashian?
What?
No. Okay. So if you found out that Kim Kardashian, 10 years from now, Kim Kardashian settles down and stop doing all that other stuff that she used to do, and she started giving advice, would you accept it?
That bitch is all twisted.
Oh, that bitch all twisted. But Steve Harvey was that same dude
that was doing all that stuff.
I think his character in the now speaks for it versus Khloe. Her character.
I said 10 years from now.
Okay, maybe so, because this is my take on that. Real briefly, I think that people can't teach you anything if they haven't been through anything.
You're going to say, bitch, please. That's what you're going to say.
No.
You're going to tell Khloe, bitch, please. Ain't nobody listen to that nonsense. I remember when Trisha was
telling you when you could have been doing all that little nasty stuff you was doing before when you was younger.
Okay, now let's
like he's involved. I had to learn his lesson from that, so now he can tell you what not to do. Yes, so you want to make the same mistake.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That his dumb ass
okay. Yeah.
Now listen, this is why I wrote.
I'll take advice from a kindergarten.
Okay, this is why I wrote Love Reveal. Okay, because this book is my life story of my past mistakes, mishaps, what have you, all the effed up stuff I did in the past, and how to overcome that, seriously, and how to help women, in this case, women.
But he ain't trying to help
avoid what I went through.
Steve Harvey's book is catered to the female perspective.
First of all, he does give women advice, but he's always telling the brothers all the time.
Think like a woman that goes, man, let me tell you something. He is just as phony as a daggone $3 bill. I'm sorry. I am not. I will take your advice. I will take your advice, sister. But for me to sit here, Harrison Chapman Jenkins, Sr., son of O'Neill and Chapman Jenkins, to tell you I'm going to take advice from Steve Harvey, I will be telling you, like, I'll go to your class and listen to one of your students before I listen to him, because he is just as phony as a $3 bill.
Wow.
Get out of here with that nonsense.
Thank you, Carolyn, for watching. I'm glad you like it. Okay, now wait a minute.
Think like a woman, act like a man.
Listen.
Hold on. So he
said,
that's hate. That's hate.
Haterade.
All I can say is find a female that got the same checkered past that has now changed, and she can give you advice. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Find a female that got the same past as Steve Harvey. Since he's all experienced and he's putting that knowledge in the book. Name one female that y'all would listen to that had a past like that.
No, I don't know, but I read Steve Harvey's book, and I do not agree with everything 100%. I agree with some things. I did read it, and I don't agree with everything 100%.
Because it's supposed to be catered to a woman to make money.
It's catered to females to make money. Every last one of his books.
We dissect this stuff now, and I get that part. But I do agree with the general message.
It's common sense.
All the details and how he was breaking down certain stuff in the book, no, I do not agree with it.
It's common sense.
But let me just say this. Back to the whole polygamy. What is it? Polygamous. Y'all don't even know the word because I don't have polygamy. In my opinion, that's just some BS. But listen, I feel like men and women are both alike, okay? It's just my opinion, y'all. Don't hate me. I feel like I'm going to quote Juanita Bynum, all of y'all who's old evangelists back in the day, church folk, when we was religious, but now we spiritual. Okay, Juanita Bynum said marriage is for grown folk.
I agree.
And I think that marriage and commitment is for mature individuals that are on a grown man and woman game.
I agree with you because I can speak from my own perspective. I thoroughly agree with you.
Exactly. And I think there's nothing wrong with being with multiple people as long as everybody knows their position, everybody knows exactly what's going on. There's no download, deception, lies. See, that's where the problem is.
Download? No. That's totally different. You said download. You can't put that totally different. That's a lamb. You need to clarify. The download is a different dope.
Games and lies and
download.
But it is a part of this whole.
It really is. I just feel like as long as everybody is 100, then you should be mature enough to deal with the situation that you allow yourself to be involved in.
Okay.
What did you say?
Oh my goodness.
But men would. What did you say, Demetrius? I think.
But men would not be so upset by Steve and saying he pulled the player's card. It's a lot of.
That is just so wrong. That is not even the case. It ain't got nothing about no player's card. Steve never had a player's card. He had money.
And he
had comedy. He had a platform to be out. That's what all those women. Every last woman that Steve was with was in the industry.
Let me tell you something.
There ain't no player's card when it comes to that. That's not pulling a player's card. What that called to us is called being hypocritical. He wrote a book catering it to female perspective to sell volumes, and then all of a sudden he became a guru on how to deal with relationships.
Y'all the one giving him them damn titles.
No, they are.
The sales gave him. He was on Good Morning America as a relationship expert. He was on Good Morning America as a relationship expert. I didn't give the Negro nothing. Hey, Good Morning America did when they had him on there in the suit with his legs crossed.
Like he knew what he was talking about.
Exactly.
But how did he not know though?
He knows from his experience. He knows from his experience and how to handle it. Like
Okay,
I said,
your book is unbiased based on your own experience.
Right.
Name one thing in Steve's book that wasn't catered, that he said his own personal experience.
Well, wait a minute.
No. I'm gonna wait for it. Name one thing in his book that catered of his own personal experience.
Everything in that book.
Negative.
We don't know that though.
Negative. I read the book.
Wait a minute.
Negative.
How do you know that he didn't have any experiences on his own?
So 90 days.
You know, first of all, wait,
that was a suggestion.
Wait. No.
I thought about it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I just thought about it.
Wait a minute. Because that did have something to do with his personal experience. Because Steve said he worked for 4 motor companies. He worked for a bunch of different jobs. And he said what he noticed was these people gave him a 90-day probation because they needed to make sure.
How the hell you gonna compare a Ford Motor Company probation to a relationship with a female?
Would you stop it, please?
Suggesting that if the company can make you wait 90
Exactly.
days for your raise,
Right.
for a permanent hire,
Right.
why
You
can't
can't
a woman?
use raise.
Why can't a woman?
You can't use raise in that situation because every
Okay,
man gonna get a raise around a woman prior to 90 days.
That's what he's saying.
And
why
fact be
women-
fact, and truth be told, Steve Harvey didn't wait no damn 90 days on no job to get no daggone raise. He was part of Family Legacy when he was working at Ford, so he didn't have to worry about no raise when he was working at daggone Ford.
That's why having the first rival.
Exactly.
Right now.
It wasn't about no daggone Ford waiting. Get out of here with that nonsense. Oh, now he's guru though. The 90-day guru. He talking.
He's a love
Listen. How you gonna compare? How you gonna compare? I'm gonna show you this. This is simple synopsis. How you gonna compare 90 days at a company that you work at 8 hours to 12 hours a day? I'm just showing you some scenario.
Okay.
Name one individual that you with 8 to 12 hours a day working on that relationship with.
Well, you deep. You be dissecting stuff.
Don't feed into that shit.
Abba, name one man, even in your relationship. I'm just being real. Name one man that you were with 8 hours to 12 hours a day, constantly working at a relationship.
But you don't work 8 to 12 hours a day with nobody in a relationship.
Okay,
like that.
so why would you use a synopsis using Ford?
But first of all, he didn't say to apply the rules like he would a job. He did not say that.
Did he not when he said, why if Ford Motor Company?
Let me tell you something, Ken. Because you know what? Ken Warner done created a piece out of your ass by talking about your extensive vocabulary. Let me tell you something. This man was basically saying that if a company can apply a 90-day rule, this is just a rule. Listen.
You ain't in no female company.
Let me tell you something.
That's a constant work, though, Calvin. And if you're going to use that comparison, he's talking about somebody that's actually working.
No, he's not. He is not.
So,
this is just like
when you're at school. See that?
This is just like somebody that decides, you know what? I'm not going to eat meat for 60 days. Because what I want to do is beautify myself. I want to get rid of this belly fat. I want to, be healthier, have more energy. So for 60 days, what I'm going to do is I'm going to retrain myself to learn how to do X, Y, and Z. This is basically what the overall message that Steve was trying to say. If a company can implement a 90-day rule just to observe you, to see if you're going to come to work on time, you're going to follow the rules, you're going to do your job, we can trust you, and then, you can bypass that, then you're good to go. He's telling these ladies that these people can think like that. Why can't you apply the same thing to your life? Why can't you say, rather than jumping because this brother is cute and he's fine and he got muscles and oh my God, on the outside he's everything you ever dreamed of, how about we take this a little bit longer. Instead of us getting busy on the third day, how about we wait till the 13th day or the 23rd day?
Okay.
How about he was saying, take your time. Let's not rush. Let's take your time. Let's feel your mouth. Let's see what kind of mindset he got. Let's see what he's bringing to the table.
I got a question. You know, after that 60 days of without knowing about meat, you know, like you said, the streamline and get everything the way you want to do it, you go back to the meat?
If you want to.
Okay. So what happens after 90 days if you go and you do wait 90 days and you with that individual?
Right.
And that individual, after the 90 days, decides to leave it.
So then guess what? Then you done learned something like Steve did. You got something under your belt. You find out, okay, wait a minute. Come on now. Let me tell you something. Then I've learned something then. How about that? After my 60 days, then I've learned, however much time I've given this brother, that I have learned, okay, then guess what? That particular type of individual was not worth me waiting around for. You know, he was either using some kind of tactics, some type of manipulation to make me think that he was one way when he was another. You just begin to learn how to be more discerning, how to use your instincts and your intuition. Rather than giving too much time to somebody, then you learn how to be a little bit more sharper about what type of person that you're dealing with. And if you discern things a little bit more quicker, then you forget the 90 days, 60 days, 30 days. You can see what he up to in a week and be like, okay, just this.
So why is that only applying, like you said, to the female?
But it's not applying to. Let me tell you something. Hold on, because just like you and Harold and Ken and frankly speaking, the same way y'all asses will draw a crowd behind that goddamn microphone when we have open mics, and you'll got majority females on the edge of their seats hanging to your every freaking word. A lot of women are fans of Steve Harvey, but there are brothers out there too. The same advice that he's giving to the sisters, the brothers can apply to their own life. They can put a chick on a 90-day rule or a 60-day rule or a 30-day rule if they so choose. You men, y'all just want to hear I got you one better. As soon as y'all see her ass bouncing in that dress, you ready to hit.
Yeah.
That's the damn problem.
I was Harold's yelling now so we can have some kettle one. So we can have some kettle one together. Kettle one and some seltzer water.
But you know what? She's right though, because y'all, I don't get the whole all about the twatting.
Yeah,
but if y'all
break the mind, please.
Y'all can do it as far as keeping your wallet in your pocket, because a man is close to his money.
Yes.
I have to agree with you on that.
That's how you can discern if a woman wants to be with you or she wants a different steak dinner every night.
Oh, and I had goodness. Oh wow, that's just so crazy because I've had friends, they're talking about, oh, that man I can't wait till he buys me a steak dinner. I'm like, are you serious? Is that all you really want with a steak dinner?
Exactly.
Is that all you want?
That's crazy to me, but there's women out here that actually operate like that.
What?
They just want a different meal every night.
They want a meal.
They just want all about the dividends.
Yeah, Atlanta is a sugar daddy capital.
Oh, they ain't no sugar yet. They some sugar daddies, all right.
Wow.
They got other kind of sugar going on. Miss Keisha, girl, I appreciate your input.
What she say?
Because I saw the first time. Read it.
Yeah, a man can very well make a woman wait as well while he observes her and finding out if she's the one. Yeah,
but they won't do it.
After 5 meals.
They're not going to do it. Because the minute they see her ass bouncing and her cleavage and all that stuff, you already done made up your mind.
Men are visual, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the initial attraction.
Right.
And, from age 17, from my own experience, from age 17 to like age 30, most men looking at the exterior.
Right.
I mean, that's just being real. That's what we are. We look at the exterior. That's what attracts us to a female. Right. We see the exterior. 9 times out of 10, don't care from what her background is, none of that. That's just being realistic.
Right.
When you start getting older, you're like, hold on now. You know what I'm saying? All that 17, that stuff is nice. The initial is nice. But what else, what prior to that act is going to keep you involved after that? Or why waste your time? You see what I'm saying? Initially, it's like when you're young, you're like, okay, I want to get this person, this person, this person, this person. It's about what I can do.
Right.
All right? Who I can get, who can I have sex with, how quick I can have her, go to the next one. That's what it's about. When you start getting older, you start putting things in perspective. You start going, okay, all right, do I really want to take the time to know this individual and all her family and her background and spend all this time doing this when I got somebody I can spend
that?
You
gotta keep friends when you start getting older.
Yeah.
Wiser, more mature. But see, I have a problem with this. I have females and males in my age bracket now, older, mature, wiser than you're supposed to be. But you're still operating the way we did when we were in our 20s.
Yeah.
Allowing men and women to just take advantage and do whatever. Like you have no self-esteem, self-love, and self-respect for yourself. And that's where I have a problem. Been there, done that, so I can understand both sides. But there has to be a place where you draw the line and say, you know what?
So in saying that, since we're on the subject, why is now marriage a cliche thing and relationship is the more popular thing?
That's a good question.
It is an excellent. Well, this is where we're going. With Lady Deride's topic.
You see what I'm saying? Why is now marriage a cliche? Why is it now people would rather be divorced than stay in a marriage and work it out because the norm is, okay, I can date somebody else rather than commit to that individual? Why is it now that being the family scene is now like obsolete? It's like, I don't need that part of the culture.
Because pop culture done confused you.
And here's me, and I may be wrong, but this is Harrison's opinion for all those that are watching. I think that the media and what's portrayed on TV with all this ratchetness and this stupidity has affected our close-knit family groups of things that we used to do. It is okay now to call another female a B, and that's okay. It's okay to go, hey, yeah, my ninja. That's okay because it's being seen and portrayed, and so because it's being seen and portrayed, it's okay. It's not okay.
That's a totally different news.
It's not okay to say this is my wife. This is the person that I'm with. This is the person I'm committed to. She's on my own. That's cliche now. And what's crazy about it is that you can watch how social media, as far as what's portrayed on the media, affects the household. Case in point, if you're in a relationship and they're watching certain things, it's going in their media, right? You can be an at-home female, or you can be a businesswoman, and you about your husband all day long, or he can be about his wife all day long. But say for the next 5 weeks, all you see on TV is every time she go to work on TV, there's a dude hollering at her, and when you can't get her at lunch, she with that dude. The first time, it may be one thing. The second time you can't get in contact with the person, oh shit, I saw that on Love and Hip Hop. I know it's real. I know what's going on now. Now you got a connotation in your hand of this person this way. Or, hey honey, I want to go to the mall, I plan a vacation. Oh, well you didn't want to talk to me about it? What do you mean? I'm trying to surprise you and do something special with you. Well, you didn't include me in it. Well, hold on. We don't say it. It's like, why is marriage such a bad thing now, but relationship hopping is like?
Because pop culture has fused folks. And they make it seem like the grass is greener on the other side when it's an illusion.
It is. It's an illusion. It's an illusion.
And also, there was a guy he's one of my followers, so we follow one another. He made a very valid point. He's spiritual minded young man, and he said that a lot of people don't want to be in relationships, or they pick let me just say a more less demanding type of person because they don't want to do the work that's involved to bring themselves to
another level. I agree. And look, whatever he said, I agree with it because I think people are so complacent and so happy where they don't have to adjust and they don't have to bring themselves to a level of awareness and acceptance of their responsibility in a relationship that they choose to stay down here so that they can always fall back on well.
And let me tell you what he said. He said that you can tell a lot about a man or a woman according to the type of person that she's with. Now that's good.
No, that's true.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah, because if you with a certain type of person that don't demand enough out of you, then what does that say about you?
That means you will settle for less.
Exactly.
In order to justify
that was the reason why I came to Abah to have this topic tonight, because we need to draw the line. We need to come more self-love individuals that want to stop that madness. We should want more. You know, whether it's a male or a female.
Yeah.
You should want more. You know?
And now we have segued into Lady Duran's topic, self-esteem. Because that's what it basically comes down to. Self-esteem.
I have a good question for the men.
Okay.
Because, you know, all the time we just come to women, but we never get to get the male's point of view. And my question is, what do you feel about a woman that, you know how they say that males can sniff out their prey?
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel about that type of woman? Like, y'all can get down and dirty to nitty-gritty with me, okay? And the viewers here. We want to know the real.
The real?
What do y'all really feel about that type of woman? That you know you can easily just have your way with this woman?
You just said it.
How do you really feel about this
Easily
woman?
have your way with her.
Oh, you have no respect for her, really?
No, you ain't trying to marry her.
So
you ain't trying to marry her. You ain't trying to bring her around your family. You ain't trying to bring her around your friends.
Wow.
Okay, now wait. Now, because this is putting you remember Ryan Vaughn from the neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we were teenagers, and Ryan, I will never forget this as long as I live. Ryan told me one day that if you lined up a group of women and you dressed them all the same, same hair, same makeup, same shit, everything about them is completely identical. And among them women, there is what men will identify them as a hoe or a slut or whatever the case. But she's sitting up there defined and regal like everybody else in the room. The man would be able to sniff her out.
Every last time.
They say
you want to know why?
That woman out.
It's not about the sniff. You can only hide, but this right here, you can see. So what
is it exactly that you're seeing though?
It's okay. No matter how you dress up a clown, it's still a clown.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, ladies. Let me look at my third eye. Let me tell you something. What these men are saying is you gotta take it to another level. You have to get some self-love, concern, some self-esteem about yourself. Because guess what? When it's in here, it's out here.
It is.
You understand?
It comes all the way out.
And they can see that.
It exudes like
it's coming out the pore. Ain't no stopping it. Ain't no hiding it. The way she is, it's going to come out. And I'm going to tell you right now, within the first 5 minutes of conversation, I don't care what you're trying to hide, it's going to come out.
This is right.
That's how dogs and big dogs can sniff out somebody that's scared, that's fearful of an animal, of a dog.
Exactly.
So they can sniff the fear.
Yep.
So women, you gotta get some self-love about you.
Yes.
And the best way to do that is go within. Go within yourself.
Yeah, you can't get that from us.
Dissect yourself. Understand who you are at a soul level.
Hold on. That's also guys too, though.
Yes.
That's also guys too. No matter, you can line up 100 guys, put them all in suits, give them all the same haircut, put all their pants above their waist with a belt on, put on some Stacy's or some Bruno Mars. It does not matter. You can see it because here's what happens.
I agree with that.
If they paying attention.
So no, but see, here's the thing. Once an individual get comfortable, that's why I say within the first 5 minutes of conversation, their true selves come out. No matter who you are trying to portray, within the first 5 minutes, once you become relaxed, it's like drinking alcohol. You ever heard the old saying, a drunk man speaks a sober man mind? The reason is because they become relaxed. So they become carefree in their thoughts and how they exude their thoughts. Same thing in the conversation. So that's why, same thing with guys, you got low self-esteem. You ever wonder why, like in high school, you ever seen like the nerdy guy in high school, and he's the nerd, he's all in the books, and all the football players got all the girls, blah, 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 blah. But then that nerd goes to say he gets his degree, becomes a doctor or a lawyer. You notice how he exudes something different? So then when they see him at the class reunion, all the jocks, they look like old jocks, but there's something about him when he walk in the room that effervescence is like, oh, hold on, that ain't little Teddy no more. That's Timothy, you know what I'm saying? because of what he's exuded, his conversation,
That's
the way he stands, the way he looks you in your eye. All those things taking place. So when you're talking to a female, she can be dressed any kind of way she wants. But if she got low self-esteem, the first thing she can do, she's not going to look you in your eyes, she's going to be looking down. Okay? So she can't maintain that contact. Then the conversation, all you do is hit her with a word that you don't, that new word today, you say it all the time, but the thesaurus, it's a reason for that, because I want a thinking woman to complement my thinking. You see what I'm saying? If I'm the only person thinking a relationship, it's not a relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's not. If you're the only individual
now,
in a relationship,
I know some men that don't want a woman to think. They want a woman to think their way.
And that's a fine line. In a real relationship, there's give and take.
Yeah.
Now, Abba and I, we can agree and we can agree to disagree. But that's what makes us adults and mature. Okay, that's with any man and that's with any woman. If you can't agree and then agree to disagree, then you're not mature enough to be. That's somebody you shouldn't be with, because it's unequal. If every time I speak you agree, then what are you doing with your mind?
Yes.
And every time you speak, I go, then what are you doing with your mind? You're not an individual no more.
Because you know what? There are sisters and there's even brothers that feel like if they believe in their mind that you were the ideal person that they've been waiting there all this time for, they feel like on some levels they got to bend or cater to you because they don't want to rock the boat. They don't want to risk the point of losing you. But the thing is, if they can easily be lost like that, then you never really had them to begin with. That's the reality of the situation. Because nobody, you don't want to enter into any kind of relationship, whether it's a casual one, where you're not really trying to be committed, or you're seeking a committed relationship. You don't want to be. You want somebody that's going to excite you, that's going to ignite your passion, that's going to bring out some things in you and help you learn things about yourself.
You got to be challenged in any relationship. You got to be challenged. If you wake up in the morning, you know what the routine gonna be. Go ahead and kill yourself. Kill yourself. Get up in the morning, the coffee gonna be ready, the bacon, the grits, the eggs. I'm gonna put on my pants, I'm gonna give her a kiss, I'm gonna say goodbye, I'm gonna turn on the alarm, I'm gonna hop in my car, I'm gonna go to work. That is just kill yourself.
But wait, now, you know what? Now that just made me
drive off a bridge.
When what was the movie? Good Deed? When Gabrielle Union played Tyler Perry's fiance, and she woke up and said oatmeal, grits, or whatever it was that was going through everything he was gonna ask her before she knew the routine.
That's
a good point of reference.
Yeah.
And guess what? The woman that was just the housekeeper, she brought out things in him.
Yes.
That he didn't even realize. What I'm gonna do this.
I'm gonna listen to Tupac.
Next thing you know, his ass is good.
But you see though, because she challenged him.
Right.
He had everything. So what he thought, until he found that woman actually brought him something that he didn't have.
Right.
Showed him a part of him, and that's what a relationship is about. It's about that person showing you a part of you that you didn't know existed. And when you see that part of you and you accept it, you're like, wow, I didn't see that in myself, but they brought it out of me.
But guess what? You can't even challenge that man if you can't challenge yourself and know yourself and have that level of self-love on a soul level for yourself. Then you can't bring nothing to that man.
That's right.
You have nothing to contribute.
That's right. Absolutely.
So you really got to get in and dissect within.
And so at the end of the day, sisters and brothers, how would you advise them? Before, if you know, and this is if y'all, anybody, I want y'all to like and share this video, please. Make sure it circulates. If you know individuals that are struggling with their self-esteem and they're allowing themselves to invest in relationships that are not healthy, that are not progressing, that's not going anywhere, you know that they have self-work that they need to do. How would you advise them? You got somebody close to you and you see them behaving in this manner. What would you say to them?
Well, you can say that, but I would use my own self as a thing. In marriage, you constantly do a self-evaluation. Okay? And you have to, because sometimes you think you're right on the area, and you can be wrong as all outdoors.
Right.
But you have to be willing to reevaluate, do that self-evaluation. And also, like, when you're dealing with people, you got experiences. So you have to get them to talk about their experiences so they can see themselves in order for them to see what you're saying. Because if you can't see yourself, you'll never see what I'm saying because I'm another individual. And that's the cool thing. I think the best thing about marriage is that through the good, bads, ups and downs, you're still able to see yourself, but you got to be able to see yourself along with that individual because you're two individuals coming together as one. You got your ideals, I got mine. You got your beliefs, I have mine. You have to have a common ground in order to make it work. If you're always bending in any relationship or anything, that's not, you're bending to the point where you're going to break. And what I mean, you're going to break yourself. It's not about the other individual.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Because you can only do this so much before you come to a point where it comes to 90 degrees and it automatically snaps.
Yes, that's true.
So that's my advice. My advice is, if you're giving somebody advice, allow them to see themselves when you're giving them that advice. So say, you come to me and say, hey, Harrison, man, I'm in a relationship with a girl, man. She's giving me the run around, bro. I don't know what to do. The first thing I'm going to say to you, Demetrius, is, so when did you realize that this was going on? The first thing you're going to say is, I did notice this right here, this right here. I said, well, how did that make you feel? And you go, I didn't like it too much. It really made me feel all centered. She was doing this and, you know what I'm saying, but I love her. Okay. Now that you love her, Demetrius, how much do you love yourself? You see my point? Because now you can see yourself. You can see yourself in the situation.
Let me tell y'all something. I decided probably around October, maybe November, to do this self-love class. It was a lesson through OWN, the daily OWN. And it's supposed to be for 52 days. I'm still doing it because I purposely took my time with it to dissect it apart. But one thing there, I think around lesson 4 or 5, it started to get into your right to have the things that you desire and that you deserve. There is a point in all of us where you feel like, if I start putting these demands out there, people are going to think I'm selfish, that it's all about me, that, I'm not supposed to be demanding anything of anybody. I'm supposed to take what they give me or what they bring to the table and just work with it. That's not true. And this is how you tend to get caught up in all of the wrong stuff with the wrong individuals. If you take your time and really discern or discover rather what it is that truly makes you happy, what kind of person will bring out the very best in you, and then hold out for that individual to manifest themselves in your life. In the meantime, you're not sitting there watching the clock. Like, when am I going to be with somebody outside of being by myself? I'm so lonely, oh my God. This is when you start getting in the gym, you start working out, you start reading a book, you start meditating, doing some yoga. You start doing things to purposely discover things about yourself that's going to elevate your consciousness, your awareness, your energy, your self-love. This is, like she said earlier, when you invoke it in the inside, you can't help but radiate on the outside. And when you're not even paying attention and looking out for this dude, this is when he's going to notice you pushing that grocery cart. This is when he's going to see you coming out of Barnes & Noble and be like, damn.
But you know what? That also applies in a marriage.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Because a lot of times we become complacent as men. We become complacent as men with the female needs. And when she starts demanding that attention and stuff, it's like, oh, she's changing. No, she hasn't changed. You have been denying her those certain things. So now she's come to that point of self-awareness where she wants that, oh, look, I need this.
Right.
And I'm asking it of you because you're my spouse.
Right.
Now, it's up to you to give it to me. But I'm giving you the opportunity too. Now, I can only speak for me. I can't speak for nobody else. I can speak for me and mine, in my marriage, my situation.
Right.
When she came to me and said that, I was like, what?
What you mean? You changing and doing all this? You know what I'm saying? What do you mean? I'm not doing this. The first thing happens is male pride kicking you. Like, what do you mean? I gotta do. I'm not paying you attention. But when I went back and evaluated the situation, there were many times that I could have.
Yeah. That's good that you looked at yourself.
There's many times that I could have that I didn't. But you see my point? It's like once you come off your high horse and come down to reality and go, she did want to go to the park. She was walking around the neighborhood. Hey, she was walking around the neighborhood and asked me to walk with her, but I acted like I was too tired when I couldn't just walk with her. It wasn't even about the walk, it was about spending time. But you thinking, oh, I'm tired, I don't want to walk. I got bad knees, I got a bad back. So in saying that, you come to a point in every relationship or marriage where you have to actually step down, pull yourself back, and look at all those little things. Because it's the little things that add up to the big things. It's always those little crumbs that lead the ant to the big picture.
Very true. It's a joint effort.
Yeah, it is.
And they dropping some serious advice on y'all tonight.
Back when I was younger, a very good friend of mine gave me a book called The Game of Life and How to Play It. Let me tell you something. I always say this every time I tell this story. That title throws a lot of people off because they think that this is some kind of book to teach you skills and all this stuff, to how to be a manipulator and a control and all this stuff. That book is so deeply spiritual and profound. Y'all need to really read this seriously. Because one of the things that this sister says in this book is that no man is your enemy, no man is your friend, but every man is your teacher. Every man is always teaching you something. Always. And ever since I got ordained as a minister and really started to pay attention to relationships, to other individuals, to people, to men, especially guys. I love when brothers get to talking. I mean, really talking. They're not talking shit. They're educating and they're enlightening. It helps us women to really listen to them when they open up their hearts, because they'll say that men are not communicators, they're not talkers. Women will talk forever, but men don't do that. But you see, when they are talking, it does us a very big service to listen to what they're saying, because this is where communication can be heightened and taken to a whole nother level. You can bypass a lot of foolishness and a lot of drama when you truly open up your heart to listen to what's on the heart of a man and he's sharing to you what's in his spirit. I think that's just
because a lot of times we got that exterior. We have to have that.
Yes.
It's for a reason. Like me, I grew up. My dad, was a sharecropper. He grew up hard. You know what I'm saying? We grew up hard. I heard my dad say he loved me 3 times in my whole life. But he showed me in different ways, right? So I saw this strong man. And I've been in the military. I had that. But in marriage, that's a twofold thing. The same thing you talk about how when a man opens up, when your wife or your woman actually starts talking to you, and you take the fact that she's really talking to you and expressing herself, that's when y'all become closer.
Right.
But see, that's the thing. There's a difference between hearing what somebody's saying and listening to what they're saying.
Yes.
And I'm a firm believer in that part of communication. Like, say what you have to say and allow me to regurgitate it back so I don't miss a point. And that's why I hate Texas.
Yes.
That's why I hate email. Because that shit can get misconstrued by one word.
I don't even think that my girl realized that I did this, but a sister named Ayodele in the Fabulous So.Floetic network with me when she was a newlywed. I don't even remember what was the occasion that brought me over to her house. But her husband was saying something to her, and verbatim, she repeated it all back to him to make sure that she was understanding what he was saying before she responded. And I noticed that she not only did that with him, she did that with whomever she was communicating with. And I was like, wow, you know what? That's what I'm talking about, because this way you can really make sure that you're not taking none of these people's words out of context. You're not saying that they're emotionally tripping or whatever the case. If you repeat it all back, then they can say, no, that's not what I meant. This is what I meant. And so that keeps you all on one accord, and everybody knows what's going on and what's being communicated.
But see, here's what happens.
oh, you just repeating what I'm saying. That's the first connotation that some people take.
Right.
They don't understand that that's why it's called communication.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's a communion of thoughts.
Come in union. Come in union. Come in union.
And express yourself.
Yes.
But people don't do that.
Right.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Think about it. Just think about a normal conversation that you would have with a girlfriend or one of your fellas.
Right.
And y'all having a conversation. Right. How many times do what they say or you say get misconstrued because they really don't?
Right. Right. Yeah.
So how much more effort should you impart into a relationship if you're really trying to get to know that individual?
Right, right.
Are you hearing them or are you listening to them?
That's why people need to stop running around here talking about, oh, I want to be banned. I want to be in a relationship. No, marry yourself first.
They don't want to be married.
Marry yourself first. And you know what? I don't even have it on right now, but I mean, years ago, when I joined Victory Fellowship Church and I got saved, I joined the singles ministry. And I purchased a One Love ring. And we actually had a wedding ceremony, the singles. We got our marriage certificates and everything.
I remember that.
And I still have my One Love ring. I still have it. And I always have it. You can see the tan mark. I always have it on my finger to remind myself that it is about myself.
It's about you. And not in a
selfish way. And that's the first thing somebody said, oh, yes. It's about you itself.
No. You gotta listen. I'm a single mom. If I'm sick all the time and I'm not in my whole self,
exactly.
How can I help my kids?
Exactly.
Yes. Same thing with a husband and a wife.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to be a whole self.
Yes.
You can't be a half of something going to a half of something.
That's right.
Okay.
Let me tell you, when I was living in New York, I went to it was called a Canteen Total You conference at the Javits Center. And I met Susan Taylor, who used to be the editor-in-chief of Essence Magazine. Mm-hmm. One of the things Susan said was to give yourself to yourself before you give yourself away.
I love it.
Give yourself to yourself before you give yourself away. You can't be nothing to nobody. Not a lover, not a friend, not a mother, not a sister, not a nothing until you are 100% in alignment with you.
I think that society has us screwed up with that.
Yes!
Because the first thing you're supposed to do is follow status quo.
Exactly. Now you see what I was saying earlier. Exactly.
You gotta go to college.
Exactly.
Money on what? Okay? For your rented education.
Take that as a free bag.
Exactly.
And then when you graduate, you gotta get your wife or your husband, because society tells you to. Have your 2.2 kids, your dog with your White House and your picket fence.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah.
Because who said so?
Yeah.
You can be a single, happy, slow person, understand who you are, and then bring your 100% self
to somebody,
to your 100% partner.
Exactly.
And then that's where you are going to have a damn kingdom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's a kingdom.
But I live. I've always done this. When I was in school, I used to love reading. The greatest quote that I ever read that resonates with me every day is Nietzsche. He said, the greatest inhibitor to man is man himself.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Absolutely. When I first read it, I was like, greatest inhibitor to man is man himself. I'm like, that don't make no damn sense. I was like, what the hell he talking about? He's an old deep philosopher ass. That don't make no damn sense to me. Myself and my man himself. When I looked, I said, damn, that is profound as it comes, because the only person that can inhibit you from learning, being, or doing is you.
Yes. Sit down on Instagram. And guess what? I just had a client in my chair. I'm a barber. And I'm not trying to plug nobody because I'm retiring from that career. But I had a client in my chair the other night, just this week. And guess what he told me? He said there was the exact same words, because we were flowing on the same level spiritually. Mm-hmm. And he said, all you ever need is yourself. Yeah. But you gotta really understand that on a higher level, because it's not about selfishness. Mm-hmm. No. Society will tell you that self.
Yeah.
But you as a spirit being, you know that's healthy. Mm. Sometimes you gotta go to the highest mountain as the hermit. And you gotta sit there and meditate and pray and get all of the downloads from the universe and Christ himself. And then bring it back to your family and say, you know what, honey? I got it.
Well, think about this way. The most successful people in the world are selfish.
Selfless.
Selfless.
Not selfish.
That is so true.
This is a very true.
There's a big difference between being selfless and selfish.
I know. Yeah.
Because it's like ish. I'm kind of selfish. Ish.
Yeah.
Selfish.
Yeah.
Yes.
Without
self being.
Exactly.
And once you get that concept, you can do anything you want in life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what?
This is some good advice, y'all.
It helps you. And see, this is why you can't be so. This is why I love lessons. I've always liked teaching. I've always loved reading and dissecting things and taking it apart because it meant everything in the world to me to make sure that I fully understood. I don't know if I just internally knew that one day it would come to this as me being a poet, as me being a light worker, as me being a minister. I didn't know. But I spent hours on end with books, with dictionaries, encyclopedias. I mean, you can call me up and ask me to break it down. I broke it down.
She'll be in the middle of the, I know her. She'll be in the middle of the floor. 3, 4 books in the middle with a notepad, a pen, and got a reference in this book, that book.
Because you got to get all the
Very
points.
true.
When somebody has individual viewpoint on something and they're not willing to listen to nobody around them, that's a dangerous person.
Yes.
That's a dangerous person.
Yes.
Because everything that they do
Is their way.
And this is precisely why I backed away from religion. This is precisely why. Absolutely. Let me tell you something, honey. I know still too many people that are involved in Christianity, and I love them to life. I do.
Right.
You know, you have every right to pass through that because I did as well. But I thank God every day for Prophetess Joycelyn Barnes, who came and brought me a teaching called Revealing the Beast. And once I realized that beast was within, honey, it just broke the chain.
That's another society.
Yes.
Anything can be a religion.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Anything can be a religion. We ain't gonna go there tonight. But if I was going there, I could put this token out there. Anything can be a religion. You can worship anything and make it a religion.
Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Anything.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
A rock, a stone, a
That's
seed,
right.
an eye, a car.
These stones and did it. Because there was a God, there was the wind.
That's right.
There was the
Listen, anything can be a religion.
Yes.
Spirituality starts with
Spirit.
Yes. Come on, let me tell you.
Spiritual.
Within.
Relationship.
And if you don't have that, you already lost. Anybody can. You ever watch how some people are so hard struck on their religion,
and they don't know who they are.
but they lost themselves? I'm gonna give you an example. Since we on this topic, explain to me how individuals can pay tithe to a church, and when they go without, the church tell them, ain't nothing we can do because you didn't pay enough tithe. Or that's right there is not part of what we believe in. Oh, by the way, just in case you want to look this up, when you look at the Levites and you look at the book of Malachi and all that, knowledge base, just a little token for y'all. The Levites were only supposed to pay tithes on the 3rd year. And it was only the Levites, which is the church.
Absolutely.
Okay, the priesthood. So the first 3 years, you're supposed to stack up your storehouse so that you can have ways to live within. So that means if you had a farm, you stack up your store. If you had money, you stack that up. And then you paid that 10% of that percentage on the 3rd year. And then after that, it wasn't every year after that also, in case you want to go there. But I ain't going to go there right now. But that's that religion part that y'all be stuck on instead of spirituality.
Absolutely. Because the tithe, honestly, it was you.
Yeah.
It was you. You were the tithe.
Everything is
tithe. Everything is tithe. So if I give my time to you and you sit and I'm cooking for you, I'm tithing. You want to know why? Because I'm giving of myself to you.
And guess what? You are the guy.
Exactly.
I'm gonna hurt some people.
Hey, some feelings just got hurt. You can hear a pin drop. But back to what we were saying as far as self-awareness. You need to get that spirituality part down.
We gonna reach y'all on the next time.
Yes.
We're gonna hit you with that next.
But I think that tonight's nuggets with self-reflection and really just words about catering to yourself.
Self-esteem.
Self-esteem. And listen, and when you really get into yourself and you know yourself, trust yourself.
Yes.
Trust. That's my advice. I'm leaving with y'all that nugget tonight. Trust your intuition. Trust yourself. Don't question it because it's true.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. You know, a lot of guys be like, man, my woman is inspecting gadgets. Nah, bro, she trusting her intuition.
That's right. That's the biggest thing God could have ever left with you.
That intuition on that inside, if it tells you
something's not right.
We appreciate the love, y'all.
it ain't right, bro.
Come on now.
I don't care how it is. I don't care what they say. I don't care how they tap dance around the room like Sammy Davis or Luna. It ain't right.
Stop trying to talk yourself about what you already know.
Exactly.
Okay, been there, done that. That's how I can be so passionate because I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Okay?
And you've evolved.
Exactly.
That's another reason why I don't like Steve Harvey.
Okay. Now we had to move past this.
Okay. I had to go back on it.
What's your nugget for tonight? What you
Come on, give us something, man. Give us something.
You know what? I have always been somebody that has wants people to be true to themselves, like everybody else. Be true to yourself. Like you said, only you know yourself, only you know what you're capable of, only you know what you know what's not for you.
Right.
And that's all I have.
Hey, that's real again, bro. That's real.
Absolutely.
You all you got.
So, Dons and Divas, thank you for being tapped into and turned on to in his and her words with my boy Harrison Kingpin Jenkins, my girl Lady Gerard, for your soul Demetra Smith, and your girl Abah SoFloetic. We appreciate the love, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Make sure you like and share and join us next Thursday.
Yes.
7 p.m. We're going to be bringing it, okay? All right now. Lucy.
Peace. Guys, that was good, man. That was good. Yeah, that was good.
I enjoyed y'all.
Yeah, for real.
I learned a lot tonight. I learned a lot. I love it. We're gonna hurt some folks.